Imagine leaving the only home you ever known to go to a place that is foreign to you, a place where you don't even speak the language. Why would somebody be that crazy to do that? Hola amigos, me llamo Shai. Welcome to this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why I personally moved out of the country of the United States of America. Why did I personally move to another country? And if you haven't already, check out the videos in Mexico, check out the playlist, you'll see the card pop up there. Vámonos, Lego. Okay, so the number one reason why I left y'all was for a peace of mind. That's something that I just couldn't find in the US. No matter where I go, it just don't seem like it was safe for me there. Being a person of color, a black person, a native, an African American, an African descendant, whatever labels they decide to call us, okay? I didn't feel safe. The numbers of black women, African American women going up, being murdered, and just the lack of protection that we have as women. And I don't even really care if this video gets like 3 to 4 views or whatever. Someday somebody's going to use this video as research, as, you know, as documentation. This is proof that that problem in the USA exists, and that the terrorists against brown people in that country is real. And this is my personal testimony. I didn't feel protected, so a girl has to do what the girl has to do. I had to pursue my happiness and find who I am, and I'm still trying to find out who is Shai Wilde. I've always wanted to learn Spanish too. It's always been like on my bucket list. You know how you have those, you know, the multitude of things that you want to do in life, and that's just one of them. But yeah, definitely for a peace of mind, for sure, y'all. It's the main reason why I came here. And of course, yeah, the cost of living is very nice, and that also is a part of my peace of mind. But that's not really the main thing. It's really the peace that I feel and the freedom that I feel to be myself. I can walk up the street at night and not feel like somebody's going to kidnap me, or I'm going to be murdered because of the color of my skin, or I don't have to go into stores and feel like, you know, I'm being followed because they think I'm going to steal something. And I understand that, yeah, maybe a lot of people that has my color do that, I don't know, but not everybody do. Some of us are really educated and intelligent, like, you know, there's good and bad in all different races of people, but that's not how it gets perceived sometimes. And I love for peace of mind, for sanity, for a better health outcome, because the food also is another thing. It's the food in America. When I say America, I'm talking about North America, not the South America where I'm residing at. I'm talking about the USA, all right? Food quality sucks. It's like we paying all this money for organic food, but are we really getting organic food? Are we? Even some of the things that are so-called labeled organic, it's not really organic. It's like you just slap a label on it, and you paid the USDA to slap a label on something that is not really nutritional. It's not even real. Do y'all hear that? That's called peace, baby. That's called happiness, baby. Do y'all hear that? I might have to edit that part out, but the wind said she has something to say. I want to talk about 1 or 2 incidents that happened to me that led me to this place, right? I was in nursing school. Some of y'all may know that, some of y'all may not, but I wanted to be a nurse. You know, I wanted to help people. I was racially discriminated against because of an instructor who was white and who didn't like me because I was intelligent, all right? Now, I received an F at the end of the semester, and an F means basically you didn't put any effort in, you didn't do any homework, you didn't turn in any assignments in, just a flat out 0 F. And I'm like, I did all my work and everything else. And she would say like really weird things, like in the beginning of the semester she would say like, oh yeah, I had students set to take this class before that failed. They took it in other schools, but then they failed my course because I took this particular class. It was microbiology. I took this microbiology class at another institution, but the grade wasn't high enough. It was passing grade, But if you're a nursing student or a healthcare worker, you know how they have all these different obstacles and they try to prevent you from getting into the program because they don't want too many people in the program. You know how it is. That's just what it is, and it's my reality. All right. So this white instructor failed me, gave me an F. So she would use my hair as an example in the class. And I had somebody recently to tell me, hey, like, oh, were you the only black student there? I'm like, nah, yeah, kind of. I was the only black student there that wore their natural hair. So I was proud of who I am, and I was also very intelligent, and she picked up on that. And she hated the fact that I was intelligent and smart. So she failed me with an F. And I'm like, science is not my weakest subject. It's usually the math I will have trouble with. So science, I'm like, I am a scientist. I've been a scientist. In my past life, I was a scientist. Studying, observing, reading history, and questioning. Why? Is that not a scientist? Then tell me, what is a scientist? Because a scientist is not a person with a degree. A scientist is a person who can literally study, observe, and document, and recognize patterns, and know how to connect dots. Okay, that's pretty much what a scientist is to me. So this lady failed me. Seriously, I put the work in. That means I didn't do anything. So she discriminated against me because of my race. So I tried to reach out to the counselors and reach out to advocates or somebody to help me. I was not able to get any of that help. And there was somebody that reached out to me who was supposed to help me. And that was kind of sketchy, and I'll tell you why. Because this person had the same last name as the instructor. And this last name in Louisiana carries weight. If you know, you know. I don't know what the hell that was about, but that was just too ironic for me. You know what I mean? That the person, the counselor, whoever it was that was supposed to reach out to help me had the same last name as the instructor that I'm making a report against. So I faced many situations that were similar. And, you know, I was like, you know, I am really putting my life at risk, for one, to be a nurse. Then I have to go through all of these obstacles and these loopholes they put in the system. It's gonna keep us out. And all I want to do is help people and take care of myself at the same time. These schools, because these schools are rigged. And I don't care if this video gets 3 likes. I have to put my story out there. I have a lot to talk about. And part of that is like my discrimination that I face. I'm tired of the racial discrimination. And they're wondering also, like, they keep wondering, like, well, why is somebody working, yada, yada, yada. Look how y'all treat our employees. Look how y'all treat people with no respect. Like we don't even matter. Like, we're not even life. Like, seriously, like we don't even have the capability of building y'all $1 million, giving y'all and making y'all $1 million. That's what a lot of us have been doing for years. So therefore, I quit the nursing job. I quit the job that I had, you know, working in a hospital, because one, honestly, I just don't want to be a murderer. Something happened to me. Like, something woke up in me in 2020. Something woke up. Something woke up. And there was something in me, something in my blood, in my DNA, that just couldn't allow anybody to talk to me any kind of way anymore, to treat me any kind of way anymore. And for me to just stand up and take bullshit, I just couldn't do it. And one of my biggest fears was like having children and having them grow up in way worse conditions than I had to. And I don't want that. And once it's different, you gotta do something different. So I was like, you know what, I'm out of here. I took a big ass risk. I feel like fortune favors the brave, and I feel like I had to do something different to change, to switch it up. Like, that's why I moved. And when I decided to go back to sleep by re-enrolling in college, I faced a whole bunch of problems. And that's because Spirit was telling me, you didn't need to be there, first of all. You should have been out this country or whatever. We've been guiding you some elsewhere, you know what I mean? But I didn't listen. I was relying so heavily on the government. I was a project. United States of America government is giving you something. You should be cautious about that, especially if you're a person of color. But to be honest, like, taking care of my daughter and going in and out of the hospital, I couldn't really work or do anything or go to school. So that kept me behind financially for a while, and I was doing it alone. So can you just imagine? I couldn't figure out a way. I know there's plenty of women that figure out ways to figure out ways to become a successful single mom. Hola. I mean, they were literally doing things, y'all, to like make women men and men women, you know, the gender role switching. That literally is what's going on, like right now, as we speak. And that's the reason why a lot of these women in the States are having to they have to play two roles because the men are not stepping up. That's another story, another video for another time. So that was the police that just pulled up. But I was like, okay, I'm always skeptical that's what I'm saying. I'm always skeptical when I see the police because of me living in the USA. But it's a fight, y'all. It's war. Like, and it's like you gotta pick a side. You have to stand up and fight, regardless if you want to be in this fight or not, because unfortunately, you were born a color. And whatever color you were born, it's like that's the card you have to play. And you didn't get a say so in this. You didn't get a say so in this. You just play the game. You're fighting, regardless if you don't believe that you are or not. Imagine leaving the only home you ever known to go to a place that is foreign to you, a place where you don't even speak the language. Why would somebody be that crazy to do that? It's because they're being oppressed. If they're happy where they are, then they wouldn't leave or want to leave. Imagine that. I'm not saying that since I moved to Mexico, my life has been so easier. I'm saying that it's been so peaceful. I still have problems I have to deal with. I still have issues. I still have to heal. I still have things that I still have obstacles. I still have challenges. All right? I don't want anybody to think that goes away. Like, that does not go away. You just deal with it better because now you're peaceable and you're happy. You're starting to slowly become normal again. Because when I tell you my anxiety level was on a scale of 1 to 10 it was like a 20. Okay, like a 20. Y'all seen the video? I'll leave the link right there of the card of the neighbors, that the type of people that I was stationed by. Eating government cheese, right? They put you in certain neighborhoods for a reason, to make you go insane, to make you become just like those people, because the amount of disrespect that I faced from people that look like me was insane. And I refused to deal with it. Sometimes that meant keeping your mouth closed, biting your tongue, as they say. Sometimes that meant walking away. And that's okay. It works for me. It keeps me safe, because if I say something, then somebody's going to get hurt. It's our birthright to be free and wild. And when you think of wild, don't think of like just being out of control wild, but like being free wild. And that's your birthright. We all deserve that type of freedom. And I was going to experience that come hell or high water. I don't care. I still have stuff right now in the storage, and like I'm gonna get rid of all of that stuff. If I have given away so much stuff, but I wanted to sell some of this stuff, and I'm like, it's to the point where I don't even want to go to the USA just to like get some stuff. I'm like, F all that stuff in that storage. Fuck all that stuff in that storage, because you know what? It's not worth my peace and happiness that I feel right now. I'm going back to the States just for a brief visit to handle some business, but just going back just for 2 weeks gives me anxiety to think about it. And as I get closer and closer to the date, I'm just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna get stopped by the police? Is somebody gonna try to kill me? Is somebody gonna try? I'm telling you, it's just like so much anxiety. Is somebody gonna try to fight me? Is it like what's gonna happen? But it's just like certain people have like this mark on their forehead, this invisible mark on their forehead, and it's like, yeah, fuck with that one. Get her, get him. They are revolutionaries. Get them. I don't know what it is, but I swear it's like something about them knowing who we are. I don't know. Y'all know who you are. If y'all always targeted, you already know who you are. But I have so much anxiety just going back. And even when I see white people out here in Mexico, oh my God, you don't understand. When I see white people out, like mostly in El Centro or at the beach, like I was like a lot of tourist-ish type of like spots or areas, like I get super anxiety and I get super mad because it's like I don't want to see y'all. I didn't come to this country to see a bunch of white people. But like I said, it's not all white people, it is just some white people. Of course, it's good and bad in all races, like I said repeatedly throughout this video, but it's the fact that the good now have to suffer for the bad, and it's up to the good white people to clean this mess up just as well as the good white black people that are here who has to clean out the community or whatever. It's up to us to stand up. Good people, regardless of your race or whatever, or your nationality. It's up to us to stand up and be a part of this fight, because the bad is going to overtake. And we don't want that, regardless of who our race is, because it affects us all. I don't even want to think about this drama. Like, I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to live it. I don't want to embody it. I don't want my children to even know what it's like to grow up in the USA. I'm not having children in the USA. Hell no. I'm pretty sure I am Native. I'm pretty sure I'm African. Nonetheless, a human being first. And I think in America, they just don't. I'm sorry, in the States, they just don't get that. We're not human to them. And they do any and everything to try to destroy us. We can be minding our business. They always just got to be in our space. And I don't want my children, my offspring to be around it, because I'm going to be on the news. You don't want me to be in my masculine energy, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm just over it, y'all. I'm over it. I'm like, you know what? Y'all keep fighting. But anyway, y'all, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to end it here. I don't even know how long this video is, but hopefully you stuck around long enough. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to comment, alright? Sorry about that, y'all. They definitely, we all need business here, so I had to find a little spot where nobody could see me.